Hi everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. So today we're going to play with our lovely Foxglove Forest journal, and I wanted to show you something I discovered and I think brings some value to some of us. I think my favorite new way of making my pages come together is my double-sided tape. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta back up a little bit. Sorry, I've got you guys way too close. Okay, so yeah, we did painting last week. Let's go back. I always like to go back and show y'all what we've done. We've got that page painted there, and I haven't put a pocket or anything here yet, but I'm going to. And then these pages, they're kind of wanting to stick together. It's that satin, I'm telling you, it's that satin. I did add some, I think I added the gloss varnish, but it's still got a little stick to it. So we're going to have to figure something out with that. Of course, once I put, I was going to leave this open. Well, we'll see. Anyway, so we got this page. We did, and it looks lovely. Look at how this came out. Oh my gosh, guys. I love it so much. It almost looks like tree bark. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I went in between and did on some of the pages, I glued in some washi to just kind of make it strong. And then here we did that color. Yeah, it's really, I like this page a lot. It turned out pretty. I'm going to put probably a pocket here, you know, something to bring it out, and then do some stamping on this side. But I used some washi to just surround this. It matched it so good. I was like, oh, I got to use that. And then we've got one more of our envelopes we made. But here, I was going to show you. This one's a pocket. Okay, what I did was I started using my double-sided tape. Now, you got to be really careful because you can end up with these wrinkles, okay, which I will use a piece of paper and cover this, one of the pieces from the kit, to cover that because it got wrinkly. You've got to watch how you bring it when you bring them together and fold them back, you know, together. Oh, I hit the phone. I'm sorry, guys. But it can cause wrinkles. Now, on this side, it's fine, you know. And so I'll probably paint this side. But yeah, I decided to double up on my single pages that I'm painting because I want them to be a little more strong, a little stronger. And then I've not done all my pockets yet. Now, this one I haven't done. These ones, when I bend them down like this, I like to put the paper on before I seal them. But we're gonna use the tape instead of using glue. Okay, so if you haven't gotten any double-sided tape, this is a really good way to use it. Okay, so I wanted to leave, I think I left this open so that I could show you. I left some of them open. So we're gonna do a couple of pages and then we'll play a little bit and, I don't know, decorate or whatever. But so all I was doing was coming along the bottom here and bringing it really close to the edge, if not right to the edge if I could. Okay, grab my scissors and okay, sorry, it's kind of hard to get this right on that edge. I'm looking to see where my edge is. Okay, it's a little bit off. Don't want your tape coming over the edge, of course, because it'll stick on stuff. And that's the other thing with these books, at least this type of paper is it grabs that tape really quick. So you got to really be, you know, careful, because if it grabs it and you pull it back up because you messed it up, it's going to pull it, the paper. It'll rip the paper because this tape, this double-sided tape, is really sticky. Works great though. Now the other thing you can do to cut it is just kind of flip your thing and then use the edge of the page to cut it, which I personally like better. Okay, and then do this last side, and I'm just bringing it right up to the other corner so they don't, I try not to overlap them. I mean, if you do you can work it out, but it just makes it easier for you if you don't overlap them. Okay, and you got to be careful, otherwise you'll get folds and stuff. Now with this, I'm going to take it to the crack of the page and cut it. Okay, so now all I did on the middle part to seal it, and it uses a lot of your tape, but like I told you guys before, this tape isn't really that expensive. I've got it in my list in Amazon. It's kind of a good price, I think. So I think it's under $10, and it's a lot of tape. It's a long, like 55 yards or something. The other one I had lasted me a really long time. This is my second roll, and I bought the same brand again because it's good. And it's really thin. It's not a thick double-sided tape, so it's really like, doesn't take up a lot of space, okay? And then we're just gonna lift. And that's the other thing, it peels pretty nice. Some of them don't peel as easily. This one peels pretty easy. Okay, so yeah, this just ended up working out better for me overall. It's making my pages really thin but secure. I want them to be double. I noticed when we did that the other day that it just kind of was, the paint was causing it to, the paper's so thin in this particular book. So this is what I was talking about. You need to be really careful when you bring these together because you can get wrinkles. But if you do it right, like that, you get none. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And it's super thin, but yet it's now reinforced with 2 pages. So I can paint on this and create a journaling space with, I'm going to use matte paint because it just works better. Note to self for future, I'm not going to use satin in these books anymore. I'm going to use matte. And if I want to gloss over it, I'll cover it with some gloss varnish, you know. But yeah, to keep it from sticking together. Okay, so now we have another spot where there's a pocket. Now what I'm going to do for this, again, that's the other thing, I'm now using my double-sided tape to do my pockets as well because it works really good, as you guys just got to see. And it's going to hold your pockets together really nice. This is just a really super nice, clean way to do an altered book, okay? And it's funny, I mean, I just never really thought about it before. I don't think I did. I mean, you guys could tell me, there's videos of me doing my last one. Did I use double-sided tape? I'm pretty sure I did not. I think I used glue, but, you know. Maybe I just had a repeat of a realization, but I'm pretty sure I did not. Now with this pocket, I can decide, do I want it to be a side pocket or do I want it to be a top loading? I think on this one, I think I'll do a side. So I'm gonna go ahead and the other thing I was gonna tell you is, if you're using, like I am, a dollar store book that has really weak pages like this one, you know, that's why I'm like doubling up stuff, because the pages are weak. Maybe go ahead and set your, I didn't tear this in front of you. We'll do another one sometime soon and I'll actually tear out my pages with you. But you can also see Gail does it, and she does it beautiful, of course. But I'll show you what I'm talking about, because I'm thinking that if I had 2 pages put together on each side of a pocket, it'll be more reinforced than this single page, because this paper is weak. It really is, actually. So, okay, so we're gonna put this together, and there's our pocket. Now I went off a little bit, I can see it on the top here. So what I'm gonna do, because it really doesn't matter, I can do what I want, it's my altered book. After I paper this or cover it or do whatever, I might collage, I don't know, whatever I do, I am going to do thumb holes on all of these built-in pockets. I call these built-in pockets because they are with the pages out of the book. They're connected to the book. They're not glued in. So whenever I'm doing a built-in pocket, I like to put a thumb hole, but I don't do the thumb hole till I get the page actually covered. So I'm going to put the clip back on because I can lose sight of which ones are pockets. So I keep the paper clip on there just to remind me this is a pocket, this is a pocket. Okay, because I might end up painting something I didn't really want painted. Now look at how good these are. These are the tip-ins we did that first week. I mean, isn't that perfect? It's seamless. It's just, I mean, there's tiny little spot right here you can see. But I mean, they look like it came in the book. So you can literally use your digital kit, your cardstock. You can even add in like vintage pages this way, okay? And create pages within a book that never existed in there. I think it's very cool. I like that a lot. So now what did I have this one as? This is a write-on page. And oh, this one's already been put together. This is what I was talking about as a pocket. So I could put these two together and then put, these have been doubled up, so they're thicker, and put them together as a pocket. Then the pocket will be a little more reinforced. Now my pockets are going to be okay because I'm going to cover them with other paper. But say you just wanted to like paint over it of the pocket or distress on it, or maybe even just leave the words and leave it as a part because the book's cool or something, but the pocket could be weak, you know, if it didn't have some covering. So that's what I'm talking about. When you know you're going to need that extra reinforcement. And look at how nice that tape is. I mean, it's just perfect. There's no bumps, there's no bubbles. You don't have to wait for it to dry. Yeah, it's nice. So this one I'm going to put together as a journaling page, and then we have a pocket here, and then we have I did this one. I know this is a single one. It was by itself. That was something also I decided, because I might go ahead and stick this on the back of here so it reinforces that pocket. But these are done already. I think I did most of the back. Yeah, I did. I doubled up back here because I realized I wanted it to be stronger. I think this one's already taped together. Yeah, it's a top loader. Okay, these are taped together. Taped. Yeah, I left me a few to do for you guys so you'd see what I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one real quick. And all I'm gonna do is seal this page to this. I'll be right back. I'm going to pause because you guys don't need to see me do this over and over again. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Okay, so I am grabbing, let me see here. I've got my tray, of course. I went ahead and did a few more spots that I had not done. I'm not sure if I got the whole thing. I'm going to put this where it's supposed to go, and then I won't be fighting with it. There we go. So I've got my little tray with all my goodies, like you guys have seen. I've even got a few things on there that don't belong. Not good. It's for this project. So I kind of have to pull these off. You know, with this area being small, I do tend to have to use my desk over to my left and it gets in my way. So I had done this covering. Okay, so I'm going to do this one with you. Let me see. I'm gonna grab, oh my goodness, I got all kinds of stuff on this tray. What is wrong with me? All right. Sorry. I will get there. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of my stack of stuff. I have napkins. There's my paper. I'm like, where is my paper? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pick another paper for this side. I really like the, do I have more? Because I think, yeah, this is a page I coffee dyed. Let me see. Is my coffee dyed pages in here? I don't think they are. Sorry, I don't know where I put them. I know I did more than that. Let me pause. I'll be right back. Sorry. I found them. Okay, so these pages, actually, some of them, they came out of the last kit we did that is still Nanine's and Miss Tanya's. but I had coffee dyed these pages, and I thought they looked really good alongside, you know, what's going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another side. I'm gonna grab my brush. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. I actually have ink pads that are decently wet I can use. I don't have to be struggling so hard to distress these. Okay, so again, we're gonna distress this crevice here real quick, and then I'll bring a little bigger brush in and do, and you can do this, like I said before, I'm pretty sure I probably said this, but you can use any color, you know, whatever matches. And if you want to do it gentler and softer so it's not as grungy, by all means, you know that. So yeah, you don't have to do what I'm doing. This is just kind of here to just trying to inspire you guys of, you know, maybe thinking outside the box about, you know, inside of this area, because it's going to show. It's really hard to get your paper to lay down flat when you're, you know, and like I like to frame stuff onto my pockets and stuff. So for me, I won't be going all the way in. So I'm going to be taking it there so you can still see it, because I personally like that. Let's go ahead and do these edges too, just in case. Okay. So yeah, so see, we'll frame this, and I'm going to use this corner because I really like the writing on this edge. Okay, and I'm just going to put it there and fold this side up a little bit, okay, so that it kind of matches on the other side. And I'm going to use this edge as my navigator. Okay, where's my bone folder? Just going to grab it real quick. All right, so I have my first fold, and I want to go right here real quick and just, it's not quite dark enough to my liking. There we go. Now, so we've got what we need on that part. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this, because that way I don't have to. Oh, my scissors are taped together. Jeez. I actually probably need to get me some new ones. Ugh. Okay. Using that line. If you find this hard to do, open that where you folded it, open it all the way and flatten it back out. Now your line is there, and you can kind of sit right on top of that line. It's a little easier to do than when you leave it bent, you know. And again, angle the top of your scissors. If you angle the back where you need it, and then you sit your top where you need it, you're going to find a straighter cut. The middle will follow the bottom and the top of your scissors. That's a big part of how I get a straighter line. All right, so now I've got that one, and I am going to flip this little page over. And let's see. Since I wanted to fold over a little bit, I'm not going to worry too much, because I'm going to be, as I did here, see? I'm going to fold that over. So I'm going to go ahead and just tuck that in, because that's going to give me a little extra. And when I fold this, I'm going to kind of leave about a ½ an inch there, okay, and around this edge so that I can fold it in. Okay, so I'm not going to take it right to the edge. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to have a little bit of room, a little wiggle room there to work with. And that's going to be my cover for this side. I don't have to worry as much on this. This part's going to get tucked inside anyway, but I'm kind of doing that so you guys can see. I've had people comment on how straight I cut, and that's how I do it. And it doesn't always work, but for the most part, it does. Now, I'm gonna try my double-sided tape idea again on this main part. I may have to use the glue for the fold over, but I am gonna try this because I think it's gonna make my life a little bit easier. So I'm loving my double-sided tape for this project, and yeah, at least for me, it's good. You know, my first book I altered. I used I didn't have any double-sided tape. I went down to Walmart. Got to be really careful where you let this thing lay. It's gonna catch if you don't be careful with it. But anyway, I was thinking about it just now. I went to Walmart and I bought the spray Elmer's glue, and that's what I used. Oops, that first time, and it was funny. It worked, but boy, what an interesting way to do it. You know, it did work. Because if you spray both sides of the page and you just kind of fold them up like I did on this, you know, I was doing earlier, bringing them together with my hands, it does work, but man, it's messy. And you got to use towels and you know, to cover, because it can really make a mess. I'll take that off just a little bit more, maybe a little bit too much, but it's okay. Let's see. I like my little frame. Okay, so now I have that piece. And now I'm just going to go and do the same thing. Don't have to be quite as worried about being exact, because this is just covering that inside. Okay. Just ends up, it's a very smooth hold. You know, I'm finding it. It's very smooth. It makes your paper not so thick, which I like. Yeah. Now I could go all the way to the edge with these and like trim this off. I probably don't even need to use this much, but I'm making sure that it stays down. But you could use this and just trim your edge here. And if you, I think, if I take this on the other side, yeah, pretty sure this will work. Yeah, there's my edge that I can use, and then I can do it again. That's a good trick. Have to remember that one. There we go. Okay, and now once we lay this down, our paper down, we can just start our fold over. And like I said, I may use my glue for that part. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I can. I think I'll probably use the glue. I think that'll be easier than trying to cut the right size tape, because that edge, I don't want it to stick, because this is going to be on the inside, on this side. Okay, this is going to be the inside of our pocket, right? So we don't want any tape sticking, you know, in the wrong spot, being in the wrong spot. Okay, so keeping that in mind. All right, now praise the Lord, this is turning out so cute. I love it. I love it when a project really looks good, you know. So I'm going to sit that down on the edge of that tape. There we go. Okay, now I do see over here what I will do with that part. Because the tape, I didn't measure it all the way to the edge. I wasn't sure where my edge would be. I was kind of creating it as I looked. So I just did a little bit of glue. Okay, just a little touch of glue there on that edge. Back down in here if you want. You can just kind of run it along your seam if you missed, if the tape didn't land, you know. But you don't have all that goopy glue, okay? And look at that. Now we can go ahead and fold this over and fold these over, and I'm going to trim because this will be too thick, but I'm just going to fold it. And guys, this is all off the cuff. I don't plan all this out before I do it. If I do plan something or make something beforehand, I show you guys, but this is just, I just kind of do what comes to me. So do what comes to you. Don't feel like you have to follow my course of action exactly, or if something else works better for you, use it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to miter this a little bit, not a ton. I mean, I'm going to leave these flaps, but I am going to cut off this extra flap, okay, like that. Now, I was sloppier on this side. I think I actually am doing this a little better. Second time doing it. But yeah, now you've got, see? Isn't that nice? Okay, so I'm wondering, should I put a piece of tape here? I think it actually might work because this tape is about that thick. Let's see. I don't want it to, yeah, I think I could. Might as well, right? The less wetness from glue we have, I think the better our project is going to look, our altar book. Because when you're adding all that, you know, it's enough with the paint. When you're doing the paint, yeah, I left this white enough to maintain a piece of this tape. When you're doing all the painting in your book, on your pages, if you do painting, it weakens your paper, okay, of course, at your spine, and we don't want that. Well, it's the same with the glue. The glue actually weakens your paper too, and so it strengthens back up once the glue dries, but you know, it also causes it to kind of bubble and do all that stuff, and it's just, you know, I don't know. I think if you can use less glue, it's better. Now I've got a little extra right there, so I'm just going to flip this over because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you could do it from that angle, but because I'm right-handed, it would be not on the edge, and I want to take that off. Okay. All right. Now, still just a touch there. Don't want any sticky where it doesn't belong. There. Okay. And now we can just pull the tape off. Yay, this worked out really good. I'm happy. Okay. You know, and it's going to make it a nicer book for the person you give it to or the person you sell it to, because it's reinforced and not weak. You know, when you see little nigs, like little niggles, just little niggies of paper, you can just cut it. Okay. Let's go down. And that's the only piece of glue we used on this part. Awesome. And then we're just gonna, I'm trying to decide if I want to glue it from here. I think I do, because I think it'll be stronger than if it's open. Yeah, we don't want it open too much. So we're gonna put, as you can see, when you close this, it's a little bit off, so I'm going to put the glue on this side instead of the other, and that way I know there's more of a seal, okay, because of that not quite overlapping where it needs to be. So there we go. That way I don't have to clean it off of this edge, and I don't mind, you know, when you have those little spots and stuff that just, but this is going to be a cute little pocket, and it's actually going to be bigger than the opening, but it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Okay. And now we need to cover this side, and we're going to go ahead and distress and put our vintage photo on here. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of glue paper and use it under here. I don't want to get that on the other page, just in case. I mean, I might end up distressing that page, but I don't know yet. So, and like I said, again, this is surely for the fact that I want to make sure there's no white, and that it's only the vintage on the edges, and that way it's grungy and it's, you know, it just kind of flows with the rest of the book. If you want to leave the white edges, that's totally up to you. If you like that clean look. Me, I like the messy look. I like the grungy. Y'all know that. So I was thinking that it might be kind of fun to use a few pieces from the kit to kind of collage on here. You know, I love my collage pages, and then I was thinking I could add like a few trees and stuff on the top of the collage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use pieces that I have over here as scraps from the kit. And I am gonna leave, you know what, I'm gonna tear this. But I'm going to use a few colors from the kit so that I have a little bit of, a little pop of color on this side. And I may not just use background pages. I may use, you know, a few fussy cut pieces to, like I said. I really like these checks. They look really cool. I'm thinking that I may use these. Oh, I love the vintage photo. Look at that. Praise God. It's so nice to use one that has some ink in it. So I did our devotion today. It was really a blessing. It's the longest devotion I've ever done. It was almost an hour. If you watch the devotions, or if you do the devotions with me, you'll know what I'm talking about from last week. Because today's Tuesday of last week for me when I'm doing this video. But yeah, I had such a good time doing that. It was very, very nice. So I'm going to use some of the paper that's over here so it kind of gives it a flow. And I think I'm going to put, let me see, this might also give us, you know what? I'm thinking it would give them a spot to write as well if I used a few pieces of this paper. I love the torn look on collages. I like the straight edge too, but torn is probably my favorite. I do like doing the straight edges around the outside just to give it that frame. You know, me and my framing thing I like to do. But anyway, yeah, I did the devotion on God's love today. And oh, it really was a lot of fun. And it was funny because I did it really late in the day. Like right now, it's already 2:15. I've started dinner. I started it when I was paused with you guys, because it's so late. But the reason I'm doing this so late is because I took a huge nap this morning. Oh my goodness. I was so tired. Yeah. Yesterday I got I think I told you guys I got 5 hours sleep. Well, last night I only got about 6.5. So I hadn't caught up, and I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to sleep. So when Cordy left for work, I crashed after that and slept for 3 more hours. So I feel a little better today. Praise the Lord. And I did the Bible study, and it was just such a blessing to go through the scriptures with you guys on the love of God and talking about His love for us, how we are to love Him and to love each other. That's a big, big deal. And, yeah, so I had fun sharing, and I was trying to explain to you guys at the end there that I love sharing with you, having that privilege to have company. I'm over here gluing without you. To have that company, I'm starting to really, really enjoy having the knowledge that you're out there and that you're listening and you're with me. And it's a blessing, you guys. And yeah, I love y'all. I think I'll put this piece here. Yeah. Don't like that white core on the inside. Gotta get the print to be my edge. And to do that, if you're new, I know most of you aren't new, but always tear it away from you, and that way you get that, you don't have that white core from the paper as much. I have to try and remember, sometimes people that are watching me are newer to junk journaling. When I was new, I didn't know anything I was doing, so I try to remember to say little things, you know, little tips, little tricks, because you never know who's watching. It's not always experienced junk journalers, but some of you are way more experienced than me, and teach me on in the comments. Praise God. Thank you for that. There we go. I'm liking this. I even kind of like the words showing through. I'm thinking, do I want to just, like, you know, and just kind of have this as patchwork, but we'll see. And then this piece will flow with the other side. Woohoo, I like that. That's pretty. So I'm going to use that as our outer corner. Let's see, is it big enough to fit to where it's just shy when I tear that down? Shucks. I could put it up here. And then I could, yeah, let's see. Nope. It's a wee bit shy. Oh, but then again, like I just said, we could just, you know, darken what's underneath it. And then if pieces of the page are showing through, I don't normally do this, but I think it looks kind of cool. So to just have kind of a patchwork background. Let me know what you guys think. I'm liking this, so if you hate it, just be kind. Okay. Y'all are always kind. My girls, I love you. So yeah, I'm thinking I could tear this down a little bit because I don't want to cover that check so much. I like the check. But I want to bring these papers in so that it flows. I love the flow. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, but I do love for things to have a flow and be congruent, and that you can see this. I don't mind my pages not matching all the way through, like there being different themes, but I like for there to be kind of a general feel of sameness on the two pages. Do you know what I mean? Are you guys like that at all? I just like to be congruent, and then some journals, of course, I'll do different things all throughout the journal so that it's all, you know, congruent. So, but with these books, I don't know why, I end up kind of playing a little bit and turning it more into, I still want a little more of that check to show. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Cover my ink. I don't want this to dry out. I can't get another one for a while. Okay. I have ink as a refill, like I told you guys, but the problem was my pad, it was so old, it was no longer receiving the ink. And so that was really the biggest part of the problem for me with my last one. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. This is looking cute. I like this a lot. Let's see, what do we want to do? Thinking if I want to do maybe one more piece up here in this corner, and then maybe just leave it, or I could do one more smaller piece of that. Let's see, not a huge piece. I like the words, but oh well, if I do it on this side, they're gonna have to go. So, let me see. Oh, we could do it like that. All right. So I hope you guys feel inspired today with this, and that it is making you get ideas to try an altered book. You really should try them. They are very cool when they're done. I'm not kidding. You guys will like them. They feel really neat. It's one of those, like Pam, she says that a lot. She'll squeeze the book and be like, oh, the aesthetic of it, you know, how it feels. It's got that cushiony, kind of just cool feeling. Yeah, that's how these get. They kind of just get a really, I don't know, it's just, they feel cool. They just do. Let's see how our little drying it's doing here. Yeah, there we go. It's drying. It's kind of a weird pocket. I know. It's kind of like having a purse that you can't open it very far, but it's just going to have a card in there. So it's more for the coolness of it. Look at it. It looks so fun. I love it. So this is, I need one more something up in that corner. Or I could just now begin to like place a few things from the kit. Yeah, let's see that. And I have better ink now, so I can actually de-stress these pieces a little more. I love the way, Tanya, that you printed yours on darker paper. That was brilliant. I love that. It turned out so cool. Oh, that's cute. Would that fit all the way across? Let's see. And we got joyful happiness, dreaming love. I like that. Can we fit that across the page? Not quite. So let's see. We'll take, I'm going to take love off. And I think I'm going to just put that strip across there. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And of course, we're going to add a little gold. Yeah. Just cause. Don't have to put it everywhere, but I think it'll look kind of nice right there. In the center of the page. Right there. Yep, that's where I'm going to put it. I'm just going with it. I'm not thinking. I'm not dwelling. I always end up liking things better when they are organic. I come back and look at them and go, oh wow, I like this page, you know, and it does tend to be the things that I didn't sit and dwell on and dwell on and dwell, because I do have a tendency to do that. So yeah. So I'll keep working on this even after you guys are not with me on the camera, and just keep chugging along, because I've only got, what, another week after this week? Or is it even still August? This is the 4th video, right? Yeah. So I could actually, you know what? Oops. I am going to see here really quick. Do a little digging. You know, me and my little people, I was thinking that it might look kind of cute if I can find them. Where are you? Oh yeah, I moved them. I forgot. I put them into a little, by themselves. I separated all of these into different categories. Okay, so I'm looking here for a child that's sitting down, because oh, she's cute. I'm thinking sitting that there, and then maybe having her sitting on the bench. She's a little tall. Shoot. Do I have a small? No, she's too tall too, I think. Is she too tall? Well, she looks a little, yeah, her back hits on there a little better. So, yeah, so we're going to do some groundwork here. And when I say that, what I mean is I'm going to put some woody pencil here and create a surface of ground. Like I like to do. I don't know if y'all like this look, but I love it. I thank you, Carrie the Crafter, for introducing me to drawing a base for them to stand and sit on and all that good stuff, because it really changed, it rocked my world, man. And then when I thought about getting the brown woody instead of the black, I'm like, oh yeah, because for stuff like this, You know, where are you gonna find, I mean, unless you're at a park, I guess, but pavement out in the middle of a forest, you know. And this kit is just so botanical and more foresty, outside type of look to it that, yeah, black wouldn't, I don't know, black would look good, of course, because it always looks good wherever you put it, but it just wouldn't bring quite as much, you know, of a realness to the effect to me. Now, I'm just kind of blending this outward. I just let it kind of float out into nothing. Okay. I'm going to make this a little straighter. A little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and distress this, and distress her, and distress everything. Everything gets distressed. You know, I don't think I ever used that word before I started doing junk journal. At least not very much. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to sit this little bench here on the dirt. And I think I'm going to put a little tree back behind her. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do a tree. All right. Okay. And we could put, like, we can do some more flowers on the page just for fun as a background, but she's going to be sitting at the park, or on a bench, maybe in the garden, maybe in her family garden. I don't know. Wherever it is, she's going to be joyful, happy, and dreaming, as any sweet little girl should. God bless her. Here we go. I'm going to sit that so it looks like it's on the dirt. Is that straight? Am I straight? I'm straight, right? Let me see. I'm going to stand up and just check. Yep. Okay. And then, of course, we have to darken her because she's way too bright for my liking, of course. I like that old yellowed picture look. Put her right there on that little bench, and then I think also I'm going to put like maybe a phrase on the bottom with not a scripture but something that kind of, there we go. I make it look like she's sitting on the bench and her dress is hanging over. Okay, there we go. Aw, she's cute there. And they still have space to write on here if they want to. Like I said, I wouldn't mind doing something kind of pretty. I don't want this bright white. So after I do these edges, I'm going to grab my little brush and kind of dingy this up a little bit. I don't want it super dark, you know, but I just want the white not so bright. Because then it just kind of blends into the background, you know. Not quite so abrasive. I think that when you put that bright white against brown, sometimes it looks abrasive in a way. It makes my eyes kind of go, ah. I don't know about, like, I don't know if I like that. When you're this brown, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there we go. All right, and I'm looking over here in my little Not yet. Let me see. I'm looking to maybe create a little forest on this side too. I have so many beautiful trees here. And then these gorgeous flowers too. Oh, I finished. I meant to show you guys. Let's see. Did we do that? We did that on Tuesday. Yeah. Our boho something challenge. I finished this. Thought I'd show it to you guys. Our dangle for this journal. So we have all kinds of fun shinies. We've got tons of like charms on here. Look at that. So cute. I think it turned out really pretty. I hope you like it too. We have a little flower. So cute. I think that came from somebody in my friends there in my Happy Mail. I'm pretty sure that little flower did. I don't think I had that before. But yeah, so I did like a little copper. It's got all kinds of different things on it. Mostly this bead set is in there because of the greens, the golds, just so, and the shininess of it. And then of course we've got the beautiful big pink in the center that comes down and just sprinkles light through it. I did charms on the yarn. So anyway, yeah, that's our little dangle. It's gonna go on this side. I probably should put more charms on this one. I think I just left it because I had so many on there when I was done. But yeah, that's gonna be on there. I think it'll look really cute. I hope y'all think so too. I just got it hanging now, and let me see here. I did want to put something encouraging underneath, like on the corner there. Oh, I like this. It says, God created. Hallelujah. Yes, you did. And this is definitely, you know, when you look at creation, creation sings of his glory. It shows us of his love. The beauty of creation that he gave us is amazing. When we go outside and we look at things, it just makes me want to sing praises to his holy name. I'm deciding which side I want this on. Put it there. There. So there's our page. So it looks like it's about time to stop for the day. I'm going to decide on this side if I kind of might leave this. I'm definitely going to do something with the pocket. But when it comes to this, I was thinking this would be a nice journaling space because even though it's, you know, the darker, it still is writable on top of. So, you know, with these altered books, you need to, you know, choose... leave as much space for them to write in as you can because you're not adding a lot of pages normally. And I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this little grouping here, but what I might, you know what I could do is just put coffee dyed paper and leave the paint as a frame, but that way it won't stick together so much. I think that's what I'll do because, you know, I could just do one side and that would probably rectify the issue. And I could use even, I have this really pretty kind of outdoorsy paper that's avocado dyed. Could use one of these. And it doesn't really match this, so I'll just use regular coffee dye paper. But anyway, so I think for today that's going to be it. I hope you guys felt inspired and that you enjoyed yourself. I'll just flip back through. I love this. I will probably do some more of this. I really think it looks like bark, you know, when you look at it, and it was the brown with the white, and it's matte, so it doesn't stick, which is great. Yeah, so, and then this side, I want them to be able to journal on this, so I'm leaving that open. This side's going to have a pocket. And we have our handmade pocket there. I'm going to put a pocket here, probably decorate, maybe stamp a little bit on this one. I think this page turned out really sweet. I mean, it's just, it's not like my normal work. It's a little bit different, but I like that. I like that. I think that's a good idea for me. And then this side I'll probably paint. This side I did around the edge I used washi tape, and this is a pocket. So what I'm probably going to do is maybe collage, or I'm not sure if I'll collage or if I'll put like a whole piece of paper, but I'm going to leave this as my edge. And these are paint pages where they'll have journaling space, paint page, paint page. This is going to have probably a pocket, and then this is journaling space, another paper cover, paint. This is a pocket here. I got to seal that up, and this is going to, oh, I missed one. This is going to be a paint page probably for journaling. And then this one is a paint page, pocket of course. So yeah. What time is it? Yeah, we should stop for the day. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this amazing collaboration with Tanya and Nanine and all the ladies. Everybody's linked below, their shops. You know, most of them have Linktree, so you can find them wherever they can be found if you click on their Linktree. Subscribe to their channels, support them, encourage them like you do me. You guys are a blessing, and I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.